Hey guys, Nina Sapala here. This is a place we talk about spiritual personality typing. I wanted to hop on today, just real quick, because I had this thought, and then I was watching Pamela Aaron. She's a wonderful spiritualist. She's not a megachurch spiritualist. She's a very honest and humble and extremely creative spiritualist. And I'm going to put her link in this in the video description below, the description box below. But one of the things I think we're all facing, that I'm going through this move thing, and it's very stressful, just because the market is so, like, all the rentals have turned into sales because people want to make money, and I get that. So I'm kind of feeling this, fearful energy. And I sat back and did some journaling yesterday and continued this morning. And I am seeing how fear plays a part in all of this. And I know better, right? I do this for a living. I help people get over their fears and their triggers, and I help people find themselves, who they truly are. I truly want that because I went through 7 years of figuring this stuff out. I want to do this for you. So I'm constantly working on myself so I can help you. So I'm going to tell you this because I've kind of found a little fear hack. But let me go there in a minute. But so I was journaling this morning and I was thinking, wow, for the past 2.5 years, right, since 2020, we've been in this very fear-laden society. And the fears have triggered a human being's worst case scenarios: a fear of death, a fear of poverty, a total lack of even country security, right? So these are big fears that play out. Job security. Think of all the fears that have been bombarding us. And the reason I brought up Pamela Aaron is she did an extremely interesting video yesterday on energy. And she said energy has no boundaries. And I'm like, oh my God, that just kind of struck me like a lightning bolt. And I'm like, she's right. So in the collective, as all this fear energy is being perpetuated, it doesn't have boundaries. So you and I, your family, your friends, your spouse, all of this fear can easily penetrate. I think even the most, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm just saying, people that practice like deep spiritual practices every day, I feel they're even feeling this fear. You can't help it because it's part of the collective. It's part of the collective energy. And as Pamela Aaron said, energy has no boundaries. And she also went on to say air has no boundaries. So the air I breathe is the air you breathe. And I thought about this too from water. Water is sacred. I bless water all the time. It is highly sacred. It's been around since the beginning of time. We share sacred waters. So when you start getting in this, you start seeing the elemental aspects of the world. The elements, the air, the fire, and like Pamela said, the fire in you, which I call that golden energy of light. That's your soul fire. That's your spark of divinity. Right? So fear can get into all of it. And what fear does is it separates us. It separates us from that golden spark. Right? So as I began journaling, I began seeing this. And then with Pamela's wise words, I was like, wow, and it's no wonder the collective energy. And I know it's been going up. I know it's been elevating. It's been rising. It's been expanding because we no longer want to live under the dark lid of what we have been living in. I don't know about you, but I've been watching with like amazement about these truckers in Canada and truckers in the United States. They're saying no more. Quit taking my free choice away. Quit taking my choices away. But can you see how with energy has no boundaries? We're feeling all of this. We're feeling everybody's struggles, right? So the hack that I wanted to speak to you about, how do you shut it all down? How do you stop this bombardment of this energy, this fear energy, the external narrative? How do you stop it? Of course you go within. But the best way to stop all this and corral all this crazy is you have to focus. You have to focus on you. And as I began journaling, I began getting this channel, right? Like you have to get this, you have to focus on you. I don't control the government. I don't control the banking systems. I don't control the educational systems. I don't control my neighbors. The only person I have any control over is me. And even that's not very much. Because I believe divine energy, divine intellect, divine design has control. I just try to step in that direction a lot more than the fear direction. So how do you do this? You focus, and you focus on your purpose. What is your purpose? We all have a purpose. Every single person on the planet right now has a purpose. Every single one of you. And as I look at personality types, and I've been looking at them for years and years and years now, there's every personality type. So that means you, because you have a personality type, your persona, your personal reality, expressed through divinity, has a purpose. And they're so beautiful. They're so beautiful. So you need to focus on your purpose and the direction you want to build your new life into. What is the direction you want to take yourself? I'm here to tell you the best way to figure out your personality, your best way to figure out your purpose is to start with your personality type. It gives you the directions. It's your inner guru. It really is. It helps you eliminate all this crazy out of there. You should be doing this. You should be this. You should be this. You should do this way. I was doing a personality profile, just updating and editing, always constantly, right? Trying to get this book out. But what I saw too is like, they get so programmed and like, you have to logically think this through. Well, they don't logically think things through. They feel through things. To them, feeling is their logic. It's not thinking. So they've been very repressed in the way they make decisions because they keep on using their thinking. And that's not who they are. That's not how they function properly in the world. I know for myself, when I used to do PR work, I used to just intuit things. I intuit, think it, and go. That's my personality type. And then I would get, well, where's the research in that? How do you know that? Well, what's going on with that? And sorry, my dog's here and I don't want him to knock over everything. And that's not the way it worked. I just intuited. I had a gut instinct that this is going to work. Because I knew the client, I knew the market, I'd done my research, and so then I'd start putting all these disparaging parts together that don't really fit, but they would go together. And I'd put them together. And guess what? It would work. And time again, what everyone thought was such an illogical, where's Nina getting these things? Where's she getting this stuff? Right? It was because I was intuiting things. That's my way of creating through intuition. It's not, an extroverted sensing type. They're hands-on. They can just see things and they just put things together right there on the spot. That's their gift. So everyone has a gift. So I'm going on about this and telling you about this is that you have a purpose. And to get yourself out of the collective quagmire that's out there, you got to get focused on your purpose. And because once you start focusing on that, you change directions. Because your brain And I just did this really cool Carl Jung class. It's really cool. But one of the things I was learning there is like your brain can't handle fear and love at the same time. So if you're in fear, it's going to get stuck in fear. That's where it's going to stay. If you switch it up and go to love, purpose, passion, joy, fulfillment, meaningfulness, that's where it goes. And that's where it starts taking you. So the fear hack is to go to purpose, is to go to focus. And how do you do that? One of the best ways to do it, without a lot of rigmarole, is through your personality type. It's already innate within you. That's why I keep on saying, don't change yourself, just find yourself. Find that within you. Focus on that, because that's your purpose. It's not exactly who you are, because we are so much bigger than who we are, than this physical being, and even our personalities. But it's just the stepping stones to start getting us on the path, because your purpose is an evolvement of who you are. You don't wake up and go, oh, I know. Some people do. Some people do, I can tell you. Some people do. That's a minority. They wake up, they know from day one. But you know what? They do that for a while, and then they sit back and go, was that the right thing for me? And sometimes even that changes, especially later in life. Because there's a trick there, because you have a personality trait. I call it the emerging trait. It's your tertiary trait that starts emerging, and it starts helping. It starts feeding your other two more dominant traits. It expands those traits. Personality typing is so cool. I mean, especially when you see it from a spiritual perspective, you'll be like, this stuff is so cool. Anyway, I think it is. That's me, right? But this is a hack. So focus. I don't care if it's one thing. Focus, get yourself out of that fear. Turn off the news. Put on something positive. Dance in your living room. Sing your lungs out. Go swing on a swing set. Do whatever makes you happy, especially getting out of nature. Because when you see something beautiful, like that's why I put my flowers here. You guys can't really see my flowers. Look, my Christmas cactus is now blooming. I know, look how happy. I gotta give it some water. That's happy. Look, all my plants are blooming. They're so pretty. So I wanted to show you guys some flowers to make you happy. But see how my whole demeanor changed, right? Because you look at something beautiful. When you see beauty in nature, that's God expressing love as a gift to you. So that helps you so much. So go get out of nature. Please, just release yourself from all this, now they're talking about another thing that's going to go on. I'm like, oh, come on, how much stuff are you going to float out on us, right? But you got to focus in. You got to focus in. And I'm going to tell you, I have good days and bad days, just like you. I'm not your sensei. Yeah. My personality type, my divine intelligence is my guru. And that's my news source. Because when I start listening to my intuition, yeah, that's where I get my news. I don't need to get it from any external sources. Only when I choose to do that. And I want it to be uplifting. Because honestly, divine intelligence wants you to live in joy and abundance and meaning and purpose, with the idea to serve the collective. Because I'm going to go back to what Pamela said. There are no boundaries and energies. So when wouldn't you rather bump into a person that's energy that's all like joy-filled and on purpose, and they're excited about life? You can see it. They're excited. I want to bump into that person's energy, because we're all energy anyway. So Pamela helped bring this to my attention, but it was such a profound statement. And I think it's true. Okay, so I'm going to say it again. A fear hack. Okay? Focus. Get on your purpose. Shut everything else down. Focus on you. I know, you could be a mom. I'm a mom. Sometimes I need to focus on me, because if I'm not my best for me, and I know you've heard this, it's so cliche, but how else are you going to do something for somebody else? You can't. You just can't. And I'm telling you, when you get out of fear, it releases a lot of anxieties and like, I don't even know if it's hormones, so don't quote me on that, but you release things like the toxins stuff start releasing and you just, you start feeling it. So anyway, had to go into this today because I think it's very important because I know we're all going into fear. We have another event that's going on. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. And yes, I live in the real world, but I live in my real world. And yes, I engage with my neighbors. Yes, I'm out there. Yes, I'm at the stores, or I am engaging with clients, but it's my world that I've created. I'm aligning my energies with that. I want you to do the same because you're gonna be so much happier. Okay? I didn't do any blog. I'm trying to build my blog up. It's getting there, slowly but surely. I have so many cool things I want to do with it. So I'm trying to develop some freebies for you guys. I have a meditation that I need to record. I'm going to have a really cool free download. It's called 15 Words to Live By for your type. So I'm kind of doing some things this year. I'm doing some different things because I'm excited. I'm excited about where this is going. So anyhow, love you very much. I'll put some really useful links in the description box. If you like this, please subscribe, please follow, please share this with somebody you think that might help, okay? All right, guys, I appreciate you. It's Wednesday. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye for now. Nina.